Today in Us Weekly's reality recap, Faith Stowers sets up a GoFundMe to sue Stassi Schroeder. Plus, is Tom Sandoval going after Tom Schwartz? And Bryan Cranston takes on Ariana Madix. The below deck love triangle is heating up. And Taylor Ann Green posts a heartbreaking tribute about her brother. We've got that plus so much more on today's Us Weekly reality recap. Hey guys, Christina Garibaldi here with the Us Weekly executive producer, Mandy DeCamp. And Mandy, we are not free from Sandoval news, but free from Sandoval episodes, and it feels kind of weird.
It does feel weird, but I'm good with it. I'm good with it for a little while, just like I'm good with taking a little pause on Jersey, if you will. Ready. I'm excited for this below deck talk that we have coming.
Yes.
It's like a few other news items that aren't totally about Sandoval.
Excited. But before we get into all of that, we have to see what you guys had to say last week's show, and still talking about Sandoval. Sandy says, with the number of people that strongly suspected the affair who warned Ariana, I have to wonder if Ariana knew and waited it out for the show. I can almost imagine Lisa advising the same. Interesting.
That is interesting.
It is kind of crazy to me that she didn't see anything about there was no red flags about this at all for her.
Totally. Yeah. No, I go back and forth all the time thinking that, now that this viewer brought up Lisa, I can totally picture a conversation of Ariana going to Lisa and being like, what should I do? I just found this out. And Lisa giving that advice. Of course, that's totally, speculatory, but interesting take on it.
Yes.
Okay. Boy Mom 303 said, I agree with Lala. If you're going to put yourself on reality TV, you better have the mental fortitude to handle it. And even more so if you are the villain, which Raquel would be if she came back. I do think it would mentally break her.
I think so too. And there's rumors that the show starts picking back up filming, maybe end of this month, next month. And nobody's seen Raquel in months. So who knows if she's going to come back. And then it's also why, if she's not with Tom, why would she kind of want to come back? Who's she going to film with? They're just going to film her by herself. Nobody's going to want to film with her. I don't know. We've talked about this time and time again. We just don't know where this show goes from here.
I could almost see a Chyna giving her the time of day to have a lunch, sit down with her. But absolutely, I agree with you. I can't picture her at a party or a birthday or something like that with the whole group.
Definitely not. And then another user said, why are Kristen and Katie's feelings always discounted? Just because, as far as we know, Ariana and Sandoval's deceit didn't last as long as Sandoval and Rachel's. It doesn't mean Kristen was any less hurt or that her relationship didn't matter. Most likely, if Stassi was still on the show, she would have figured it out a lot sooner. Then you all couldn't use that as an excuse for Ariana's heartbreaking being worse. Also, if Stassi was still on the show, maybe she could have slapped Rachel for being so disrespectful to Katie's mother. Yeah, I do feel like if Stassi was on the show, the affair probably would have been uncovered much sooner.
I can see that. She did not like Sandoval. I don't think that was ever hidden. So yeah, if she saw even a little ounce of a hint of this, I think she would have investigated and figured that
totally.
out.
Oh, totally. All right. Well, speaking of Stassi, let's get into some news. So Faith Stowers has started a GoFundMe to help handle her legal fees as she allegedly gears up to maybe possibly sue Stassi. So followers noticed that she posted this GoFundMe page on June 18th, and she has a goal of $20,000. And she detailed her decision to take her to court. She says, as you may know, I was a former cast member on the television series called Vanderpump Rules. During my time there, I was publicly targeted and mercilessly verbally attacked by Stassi and Kristen on multiple public platforms. These two women used their privilege and celebrity to try and tear me down. A very sad time in my life and in the country. During that time, I was also racially targeted and wrongfully accused of horrendous crimes that I have since been vindicated from. Now, this made headlines back in 2020 when we confirmed that Stassi and Kristen were fired from Vanderpump Rules after Faith, who was the only Black cast member during her time on the show from 2015 to 2017, claimed that the women had wrongfully called the police on her. Stassi and Kristen both apologized, said this was a huge mistake. As of right now, the GoFundMe page has raised about $6,500 of her $20K goal. But I don't think, if you watch our show Legally Us, we had a lawyer kind of weigh in on this as well. And unfortunately, even if somebody makes racially charged comments, you can't really sue them for that. And it doesn't really seem like she has a lot of merit in this case. But still has an axe to grind.
What did you ask Nima, our lawyer friend, if the book could come off shelves?
I did. And he didn't see, basically she has to win a court case for publishers to maybe take this book down or not to give her royalties and things like that. She definitely has to have some legal wins in this case if she wants to move it forward. And it just doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
Yeah. It's interesting that the GoFundMe hasn't reached the 20,000 yet, because it's not that large of an amount.
No, it's not.
So kind of shows a little bit, that it's not working.
It's not working. I don't think this is, unfortunately for Faith, this one's probably not going to go anywhere, but
no.
It seems like she's probably still is very bitter about how things went down.
Do you think she'd ever do the show again?
I don't think so. Probably not with this group. I mean, and especially if the rumors are true that maybe Jackson, Brittany are coming back. I think she's going to stay far away from that one.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you'd like to see Faith back on the show. Be an interesting add to next season, which is already going to be. Who knows?
Who knows?
All right. Well, we said no more Sandoval, but of course we have more Sandoval news, which this one's interesting because it is all about Tom and Tom's relationship, which I've been wondering about myself. So one of Tom Sandoval's recent performances with his band, The Most Extras, quickly got fans talking about the message behind his music as eagle-eyed followers reposted Sandoval's Instagram stories on Sunday, writing, "I've never heard these lyrics before." In the video, the reality star sang about Schwartz. He sang a rendition of Stacy's Mom, which gets stuck in my head for days every time I talk about it. But he said, "Schwartzy, do you remember when you had a homeowner lawn? Your mom came out wearing just a Tom Tom hoodie and a thong. Tom Tom hoodie and a thong." When his band kicked off their tour earlier this year, Sandoval surprised attendees by changing up the lyrics during different shows, making jokes about having an interest in Schwartz's mother by tweaking the words of Stacy's mom to Schwartzy's mom. He poked fun at the cheating scandal with Raquel, also in that same cover, saying, "Schwartz's mom has got it going on. She's all I want. And I've waited for so long. Schwartzy, can't you see that Raquel is hot for me?" Ay. Can you please stop playing this song?
Right, seriously. And also, Tom, you're about to not be a homeowner either. Like, you're going to sell your home. Like, come on.
I mean, Schwartzy needs to move on from this friendship if he hasn't already.
He really does. I mean, it's just... Sandoval is just like, well, I feel like he loves like the good press, bad press. I think Sandoval is kind of loving this, but you don't have to bring your friend into it. Like, just let it go. And I still can't believe that people are paying to see this on.
I know.
To go to see this show. It's crazy to me.
It's crazy to me. My sister totally went, but she bought tickets before Sandoval. Like, I don't think she could get a refund at that point. I don't think they give Sandoval refunds. It's not like a canceled show, so. But it was empty when she went. She went on the Island show.
Nobody's going to see that.
Yeah. I just first of all, why are you doing 90s covers of Stacy's Mom? Why? And the annoying thing now is he knows this is going to get written up because when he changes the lyrics and it makes it something newsworthy, he knows it's going to get written up. So it's kind of like he's doing it on purpose.
Oh, he's totally doing it on purpose. I'm looking up to see how many more tour dates of this because I just can't deal with it. Okay. It looks like there's one more tour date left.
Oh, God.
And it's this week's one more tour date left. I wonder
where is it?
It is in Sacramento, California. So for anybody that's going to that show, please, all 5 of you, let us know how it is.
Let us know. And please record Stacy's mom and send us videos.
Please.
Just in case there's more lyric changes.
Please. All right. We promise that this is the last Vanderpump related story of the show, but we have to end it with a bang because this is so good. So Bryan Cranston, obviously we know him from Breaking Bad. He's an Emmy award-winning actor.
Yes.
But he did a dramatic reading, much like Jon Hamm did last week, of the Vanderpump Rules final scene when he portrayed Ariana's epic takedown of Tom Sandoval. So take a look at this. I mean, like Andy said, give the man all the Emmys. I love this so much. Of course, this was the emotional confrontation between Ariana and Tom from the finale, but so good. So good.
And what I loved is that he said he hadn't seen that scene before. So he was just going off the cuff and he didn't need to ever see that scene. He's better than...
He's a true professional. And oh God, it was just so good. I wish that he would do this every time an actor comes on.
It's really funny. It's really
so
good.
funny. I love it so much. It's my favorite.
It's funny when they're actually award-winning actors like
Yes.
John Hamm and Bryan Cranston, you know, like legit actors.
So good. I love it so much.
All right. Well, moving on, much needed to Below Deck, which is one of my favorites. So Daisy found herself in an incredibly awkward situation in bed when she thought Colin was actually Gary. Not sure how that happens, but during a new episode of Below Deck Sailing Yacht, which aired on Monday, Daisy and Colin fell asleep in the same bed after addressing their issues. The chief stew woke up in the middle of the night and assumed the engineer was Gary instead. Colin said in a confessional, "I've never been mistaken for anybody else in bed. It's a blow to the ego. I mean, maybe she was actually thinking about him when we're fooling around. I don't know." Daisy's mistake came shortly after Colin found out that she slept with Gary before the trio reunited to film season 4 of Below Deck Sailing Yacht. Colin, for his part, was initially upset that he was kept in the dark, but was attempting to move past it. After the awkward mix-up, Colin called Daisy a stage 5 idiot, and she attempted to offer her side of the story. She said, "I thought you were Gary because the two of you are in my head. You're both effing with my head. I just want you out of my effing head." Right. In response, Colin told Daisy that she was just as responsible for the problems between them. He said, "It's his fault that you're thinking about him. You're blaming literally everyone and everything else for what comes out of your mouth, and you need to take accountability. What I want for you is to figure out what you want." Whew.
Yikes. I need to start watching Below Deck again.
Yes. Yeah. Below Deck is good. It confused me when it got like 10 spinoffs at once.
Yes.
But I enjoy I enjoy Daisy, Gary, and Colin. I've been following them for a few seasons now. And it's interesting because they really all started out as friends, and now they're in a messy love triangle.
Right. But like from what I gather, I think that like from when we spoke to Daisy, like at the beginning of the season, it seems like she and Colin may still be together. So who knows? And but yeah, it's hard when you kind of mistake somebody for somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know how you move past that if they are together, but
right, it's kind of a big blow to the ego, I would imagine too. So
yeah.
I think that Gary missed the boat. Like now he wants what he can't have.
Missed the boat. Very good.
I didn't even think that. Look at that.
Yeah. Also, Colin is one of the most handsome men on Bravo, in my opinion. And he wasn't single for the first few seasons. And it was a real bummer because you're like, oh, if that guy was single, this would be a good season. So now he's finally single, and it's a good season.
It's a good season. Got to get back on board. All right. Well, shifting gears quite a bit because this is a really sad story out of Southern Charm. So Taylor Ann Green, who of course was Shep's ex-girlfriend, she spoke about her brother Worth's passing 1 week after her family confirmed his death. She wrote on Instagram, "Not enough words can encapsulate who Worth was and the impact he left behind. We are going to miss your goofiness, your bear hugs, and that infectious laugh." She revealed that she will always admire the steadfast love that he had for his family and his friends, his girlfriend, and Jesus Christ. She said she remembered her late sibling as going out on top of your game and noted that Worth's loved ones so looked forward to seeing him again one day. She said that ahead of his death, he was getting ready to embark on a new adventure with their dad, a charity called Terra Firma, and they asked that proceeds and donations be made to the charity instead of flowers. Her heartfelt message came after her sister announced the brother's passing on social media on June 12th, he was only 36 years old. He died less than 1 week after celebrating his birthday. So absolutely so sad. It's awful.
It's tragic. And her sister, if you remember, had cancer too.
Oh, that's right.
At the end of last season, I think it was. I'm not sure exactly the timeline there, but she's been through a lot, and this is absolutely horrible. So,
Yeah, it's really sad. And Olivia's brother, I believe, just passed away a few months ago as well.
Yeah.
So, hopefully they can, they're friends, they can lean on each other, but I couldn't even the unimaginable. So our hearts definitely go to their family.
Yeah. And Austin, I mean, it was much earlier in his life, but he lost a sibling as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, hopefully they're all bonding together and being there for each other.
So sad. Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on over and check out our social spotlight of the week. Speaking of Southern Charm, mine went to Paige because she and Craig are enjoying a beautiful vacation in Italy. So they are posting some pasta pictures, some selfies, some really fun, obviously Paige showing off her fashion, but they captioned this "Ciao Bella," and it looks like they're having a lot of fun. So that's good. And I think she posted a video. the other day. Yeah, maybe an engagement. Maybe they posted a video the other day where Craig didn't know what rigatoni was. I can't imagine in the 35 years he's been alive that he's never had rigatoni, but you know what it is.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
So
but it seems like they're still going strong. So good for them.
You know, I thought about, this is what I do. I stay up at night and I think about Bravo celebrities. And I was in bed, I think, the other night, and I was thinking, they could bond over their like dislike of other Bravo celebrities. Like I could see their relationship getting stronger over them hating other people, because it reminds me of like the reunion of Summer House where there was that weird moment where Carl called Craig, I think, the biggest liar on Bravo.
Yes.
And that just like made me think like, they really hate each other and they hate Craig. And if they hate Craig, she's going to defend Craig.
Sure.
And that's going to bring her and Craig closer. So maybe after all, they're going to work out, and maybe this relationship will bring a ring.
Maybe. I love it. I love the theories.
Thank you. All right. Well, apparently it was National Selfie Day this week. And Andy Cohen posted this epic selfie. I don't think it's that recent, but it's of John Mayer, Andy Cohen, and some of the housewives. It's Ramona, Vicky, Tamra, Shannon, and Sonia. And it's just amazing. Like anytime John Mayer crosses over with Bravo, my worlds collide and I'm happy.
I'm so happy. John Mayer, we really need a reality show of like John Mayer, or like John Mayer should just be like a staple on like Watch What Happens Live, like every single month.
Well, in Andy's book, he actually says like, John texted me today and wanted to be the bartender tonight on Watch What Happens. So he was, and it was just like, really, he didn't want to be a guest. Like, I know he's been a guest, but for some reason that day, he just wanted to be the bartender and like take it all in. I'm just like, their friendship. I
love their friendship. Love it so much. All right. Well, that is it for this week's episode of Reality Recap. Keep commenting, keep subscribing. Let us know what you think about the Below Deck love triangle. We're slowly inching past the Vanderpump. We're
slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. But I'm sure we'll have lots more to talk about next week.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, keep commenting, keep subscribing. We'll see you guys next week. For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.